The next game I'm going to have a look at here is going to be Chelsea versus Liverpool. This for me was one of the best games of the weekend, probably the best game I watched this weekend. I predicted a Liverpool win. I felt both of them were going to score, and I felt Liverpool were going to sneak it up on the end, and that actually almost happened. However, Chelsea had other answers for Liverpool in this game, and I was very impressed by Chelsea, to be honest. I felt this was a great watch. Caicedo in the middle of the park, man. Take a bow. What a player. Take a bow, Caicedo. Absolutely brilliant. Him and Enzo Fernandez. They won Enzo Fernandez, the Argentinian guy. They won the midfield battle in this game. That's what won the game in my opinion. The midfield battle between them and McAllister and Gravenberch. That's what won the game for Chelsea in this game. And also, another Salah stinker. Is it time to take him out of the team? Give him make him watch from the bench. Maybe bring him on later on in games, because he's been putting up stinkers after stinkers after stinkers. Except for this time, there was no goal, there was no assist to cover up the stinker, in my opinion. So I don't know what the manager's going to do about Salah going forward, but Liverpool needs Salah to be firing at all cylinder to be able to compete for all competition. And also, what I would say about this game is, Isak is going to take time to settle in. But however, I was actually pretty impressed with Isak in this game. He done his best with what he was given. Basically, he chased down every single ball. He got a nice little assist for Gakpo in this game. Everyone said it was an accidental touch, but I felt he knew exactly what he was doing in that type of touch. And Gakpo obviously finished sublimely. And what I would say is that Caicedo goal was absolutely fantastic. Not many players like him anymore take the ball, drive from midfield, and absolutely hit a rocket of a shot like that. He was very, very good. He won that midfield battle. He absolutely bullied those Liverpool midfielders in this game. Liverpool came into the game a little bit more in the second half, but when the game got level, I felt Liverpool were going to push on and try and win the game. But I was very, very disappointed in Liverpool in this game, because they had no bite about them. There was no end product at all. And even when Virgil came on, the 008 agent, there was literally no bite about Liverpool. There was nothing. They were lacking something. Liverpool are lacking something going forward, even after buying all those players. Like, buying all those big name players, it will take time to settle for Liverpool, in my opinion. So it's going to be a long international break for those Liverpool players, simply because when you go to an international break with a loss, it's going to be a long one. There's going to be a lot of questions about the Liverpool team going forward. There was no killer mentality for this Liverpool team in this game. Usually it's Salah. Usually even Van Dijk was very, very poor, I felt, in this game. The guy was twerking when Caicedo was hitting the shot. I couldn't believe what I was watching. He just kept backing off. I felt like when a player is getting that close, you know he has a good shot in him, you have to push up on him. You have to try and block the shot. And Van Dijk was just jockeying him and basically twerking like Ice Spice. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And also, what I would also say in this game, Estavao, I honestly don't know how to pronounce the young Brazilian guy name, but he was absolutely fantastic. Like I said in my preview before the season started, he was the one to watch it this season. He's such a good player, because when I watched the Brazilian league last year, when he was playing for Palmeiras, he was fantastic. I think he won the Player of the Year and the Young Player of the Year. If I'm not mistaken, I think he won the Young Player of the Year, the MVP of the year last year when Palmeiras won the league last year. So he's a very, very good player. When you play in Brazil, that league is not for little boys. It's for big boys. And if he can hold his own in that league, I felt the Premier League was suiting to the ground. So I was very, very happy to see him come on, and he completely changed the game. He's a game changer. He's very brave for a young player, one-on-one, exciting type of player, and the game got stretched as soon as he came on. It was good to see a player like that come on. Rather than being conservative, he actually went to try and kill the game off. Every single time he got the ball, it was going at the fullback. I was very, very impressed by Stava when I watched him. And for me, it's no surprise. This is what I expect from him, because I watched him Palmeiras last year, over the last 18 months, and he's been fantastic. He's going to be, like I said, he was one to watch this season in terms of young players, and I was very, very impressed by him. Very, very impressed. And obviously, he ended up getting the winner. Right before that, the ball he crossed into the box was Enzo Fernandez should have scored from the header where he hit the post. But like I said, the midfield battle was very good. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo won the midfield battle against Liverpool. Konate again, poor. Virgil van Dijk, very poor. Liverpool attack, no confidence. They were basically toothless. Salah maybe needs to get taken out of the team, rested, bring someone else in, start someone else on his wing, because I feel now Salah is in a comfort zone. He's got his big contract. He's got a multi-year contract. He feels like he's going to start every game. So give him a little bit of a jolt. Take him out of the team for maybe 1 or 2 games, then bring him back in. Maybe that's what players like him need sometimes. And The next game I'm going to go through in detail is going to be the Man City, Brentford versus Man City game. I felt this was going to be a straightforward win for Man City. I couldn't see them losing to Brentford like Man United did the previous week. The first half was all about Manchester City. Control the tempo of the game, control the pace of the game. They were very good. The little passes was very good. Nico O'Reilly, very, very impressed with him. Very, very good young player. Very confident in the ball. Very good technically. He's not afraid to take the ball in tight spaces and try play it out rather than try play it out rather than hoofing the ball. Very, very impressed with Nico O'Reilly in this game. But as soon as Roger went off, Manchester City lost complete control of the game, in my opinion. They brought Nico on. I think it's Argentina that brought him on. He's not the same as Rodri. Now I understand why Manchester City were so poor last year. Rodri is the glue that holds that team together. Without him, they lost complete control of the game. And then the second half, Brentford came out and were all over Manchester City. They had Thiago had a very good chance, but Donnarumma, fantastic shot stopper, made a brilliant save, and he was very, very commanding as well. That's what I'm saying. Nowadays, you need a goalkeeper that's very commanding to even stop chances from being created. He came out, claimed a couple of crosses, which helped the Manchester City defend, which breeds confidence onto the team and onto the defenders. Look, we have a goalkeeper behind us we can trust, which is very, very good in my opinion. Donnarumma was very good in this game. Also, Haaland, leader. He should be captain of this team. He's an absolute leader. Haaland is a brilliant player. He was my pick for the preseason. Haaland was my preseason pick for the player of the year. And honestly, I'm delighted because I think he's going to win player of the year so far. I think he scored in every single game he's played so far this year. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he's the top goal scorer in the Premier League. And the goal he scored, I know with Haaland, he has various type of goals, not just like little tap-ins. That's why I'm so impressed about Haaland. And he generally looks like he seems like a very nice chap as well, to be honest with you. And when you hear him talk, he just breeds confidence, not arrogance or cockiness. There's a difference. But he breeds confidence, not arrogance or cockiness. He just breeds absolute confidence. That's what I like about Haaland the most. His goal in this game was taken very well. And my guy, Nathan Collins, very, very poor. Absolutely, Haaland absolute bullying for this game. Long ball went Gabriel. And I felt, like I said, like you learn this in when you start playing football as a centre half. Don't let the ball bounce. And if it does bounce, after the first bounce, you clear the ball away. Whoever's in front of the ball, you go through them. However, he let the ball bounce, let Haaland take it. Haaland turned him inside out, like a pretzel. And then Haaland went on and just absolutely buried the ball. What a finish up by Haaland. Very, very impressed. It was a solid 1-0 win for Manchester City. Not more to it. Brentford poked, but like I said, no cutting edge. Like I said, they lost to Wisa. They lost in Bremo. Very, very big loss. I felt the winger they got from Bournemouth, I can't remember his name, Dango Ouattara, should have came on a little bit earlier in my opinion. It was a solid win for Manchester City. Haaland again, the game winner. How many times we're gonna hear that this season? I think we're gonna hear that plenty of times this season with Haaland. Fantastic player, very, very impressed. And Keith Andrews unlucky this time. Like I said, I want to see Brentford stay up, but it's going to be a tall task for Keith Andrews. It's going to be an absolute tall task for Keith Andrews. So that's my 3 games in details this weekend that I watched. What I'm going to do is my next video is going to be about my picks and prediction. I'm going to bring that out maybe in a day or two. And if you made it to the end of my video, thank you very much. I really appreciate the support. Make sure to click on the subscribe button. That's the most important part. Make sure to click on the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Have a lovely week.